Introducing first.
We got a six-man tag match with the former Grey Cup winner, Dan McCullough, teaming with Ace Dynasty. And he's calling himself Big Dan McCullough now. Big!
I will say Dan McCullough making a pretty impressive showing at the Monster Mash Rumble. And I guess he enjoyed his time because he's back.
Yeah, he is sticking around. And talk about a debut in a Rumble match. I thought he was going to win that whole thing for a minute.
Was it, correct me if I'm wrong, but was he not in the Final Four?
Final three, I think.
Wow.
It was himself, Dan McCullough, Rick Owens, and Kerry Killam. And then Dan was almost eliminated. He almost took the whole thing, but Kerry Killam was able to put him out right at the last minute.
But, you know, they also, you know, horseshoes and hand grenades, of course.
Yeah, of course. But it was a hell of an outing. I don't have the exact number of minutes he spent in the Rumble, but it was a lot. He was in there early, and he stayed long.
Chevron and Scötley Crüe. Together they are Crüe.
I will say it's awfully nice, and Scötley Crüe does this every time, of course, but it's nice that he brings out a snack for the fans in attendance.
Yeah, I guess that's one way to look at it. I mean, they can take it home. They can take one of these dog treats that's being hurled by Scötley Crüe, take it home, give it to someone who would appreciate it, like the family pet.
I don't know, Bill Yard. Sustenance is important.
Yeah, well, I mean, with the price of groceries. But look at what Slick McGrick has.
Oh boy.
Oh, no.
I gotta say, I'm warming up to this guy.
Warming up to what? The beef tartare? This is Big Bad LG Logan Green we're talking about.
Look how happy he is! Some swagger. He's got some dance moves.
There is no lack of confidence in Big Bad LG.
And let's not forget his football history, as he has alluded to in October. Dan McCullough could be in for a surprise.
Well, we did have that highlight reel worthy tackle contest between Big Bad LG and Dan McCullough. Of course, LG would tell you that he was not fully in that three-point stance before they had collided. It wasn't his fault that he took a 90-degree back flight down to the mat, but I wouldn't want to go tackle for tackle with a Grey Cup winner like Big Dan McCullough. But what kind of unholy alliance am I looking at? Crude Oil, the Albertans, that have rebranded the New Brunswick Tag Team titles as the Alberta Tag Team titles, and they're teaming with Big Bad LG. What kind of Christmas abomination am I looking at here?
Birds of a feather. I think you know they're just a bunch of guys. They're just having fun. They all get along. What's hard to understand, Billiard?
Birds of a feather.
I mean, you got the Alberta Tag Team Champions and the Big Bad LG, former Tag Team Champion in his own right. I mean, that's enough to get along, isn't it?
We're going to see if there's some kind of cohesion here. Of course, Dan McCullough, Ace Dynasty have never worked together as a unit, so we don't know what exactly is going to go on there.
I mean, Dan McCullough, certainly no slouch as his partners, the former tag team champions, Ace Dynasty. I mean, it's going to be a heck of a match here.
It definitely will be an exciting match to watch. You have a lot more veteran skill on the side. You have Crude Oil, comprised of Chevron and Scötley Crüe. That's about 20 years of experience or more right there. You got Big Bad LG, you're pushing 10 years of experience. And then over on the other side, you have Slick McGrick, who's going to be by far the veteran in this match. You have newcomer Dan McCullough, who just made his debut in the Rumble. And you have Spike Esty, who's coming up on his second or third year of action. And Spike is wrestling beyond his years for sure, but that experience and tactical edge you have to give over, unfortunately, to the reigning tag team champions of Crude Oil as well as Big Bad LG.
Unfortunately, Bill, you're supposed to be the objective one here.
Well, if you direct your attention to the ring, you'll see LG slowly removing his jewelry, and I gotta expect that afterwards. That t-shirt is also coming off.
Well, it's what the fans want, isn't it?
He has no lack of confidence, I'll say it again.
You gotta be confident when you're in the squared circle. It's the only way you win.
Well, that is true. Dan McCullough looks like he's just getting ready to pounce over there. He looks like a man who is wearing shoulder pads even when he's not wearing shoulder pads.
I gotta say too, I'm impressed. Is Dan McCullough really willing to start this match off? That's pretty impressive.
He is, and I don't know, that could backfire really fast. This match could end up ending. No, doesn't take anything away from Dan McCullough. But like I said, the veteran field is on the other side of the ring, so starting off with the Dan McCullough, we'll be able to see what he does. Maybe they want to just take his explosiveness and his power, give him a chance to get in there, do some damage, and then they're going to be ready to tactically switch between. Now, if you are Ace Dynasty and Dan McCullough and you're looking at that highly experienced team over there, who do you want to take out first? Who do you want to isolate, Conrad?
I'm sorry, if I'm the side of Crude Oil and Logan Green?
Oh, if you're on the other side.
Oh, if I'm on the side of Ace Dynasty and Dan
That's
McCullough,
right.
Who do I want to single out?
Exactly. Who would you try to isolate in that ring? And we'll break it down the other way as well.
Oh, man, I don't know. I think I'd maybe want to isolate one of the tag team champions, perhaps, because then you're left with one half of the tag team champions and Logan Green, and I think you're in worse trouble if the tag team champions are left intact on the apron.
That's true, and you know what? Pinning a tag team champion might help get you in line for a title shot.
Absolutely.
Now, if we're playing this field the other way, I think the man you want to isolate is Dan McCullough, because if you can weather the storm that is coming your way and those tackles and that damage, you might be able to get one up on him very quickly, and he's not going to have as many tools in his toolbox to get himself set free.
Well, Dan McCullough's got to watch out for Logan's football expertise. I think that should be said here.
Well, we're going to see that manifest here in just a moment. Chevron took a swing. Dan nearly walked into dangerous waters on the other side of the ring. But it's going to be Dan and LG locking up, and Dan McCullough going to force him straight back into the corner. Power advantage, Dan McCullough.
Logan's got to get into his head a little bit here. That's his real specialty, I think.
Now, one thing as a experienced athlete performing at that high national, maybe even international level, you could say, Dan McCullough is going to have strong sports psychology that he might not be susceptible to that kind of attack. He's been dealing with people like Logan. He's been dealing with other athletes his whole career, dealing with audiences and high-pressure situations. So that is something, that is a credit that I would give Dan McCullough right away.
You know, you might be right about that, but I don't think he's ever dealt with someone with a level of mind game expertise as Logan Green. I don't know.
Well, that is true, but now the crowd is also reinforcing Dan McCullough, you can see, but a motivated Logan Green can be very aggressive. Oh my God, he's getting overpowered by Dan McCullough again. He's a vicious competitor.
Oh!
Wow, Logan Green sent flying. All right, the Big Money Alberta team is regrouping on the outside, having a group huddle. At the moment, this would be a wise opportunity for Ace Dynasty to get one of them into the ring, give Dan a quick break.
Now, if you
not overplay their hand here, but
if you were Logan Green and Crude Oil, how would you retaliate to something like this? We're making the tag. I think that's a smart
you
move.
want to switch gears here. So they brought in the master tactician, Scötley Crüe. He's going to finesse his way into control of this situation. He knows what he's dealing with in Dan McCullough. He's got to watch him. Got two bulls locking horns right now, but Logan Green.
Oh! And that's the football. That's the football training of Logan Green going for the chop block. You can't deny that, Billiard.
Ironically, an idea they came up in a football-like huddle with. But now Scötley Crüe, the master technician, I said it and I manifested it. He's taking control here and now just firing shots into the guts of Scötley Crüe.
Well, that advantage didn't last long, did it?
No, it certainly did not. And now he's coming with the 3-point stance. Wow. Those ring ropes bouncing. This crowd ready to watch Dan McCullough keep slamming into them.
Jeez Louise.
Dan he's either should stay on him or he should have drug him over with him in the corner. You can see he's separated to go celebrate with his teammates, not worried about the outcome of the match.
Well, that's the inexperience, Billiard. This is his second match, his first real, proper match, you could say. I mean, the Rumble's not really considered, I don't think, a standard kind of match, but hey, made the tag.
Yeah, absolutely. Slick McGrick, the veteran of the Aces, let's call them the Aces.
How many engineering degrees?
He is a man with 2 engineering degrees, and that is more than enough to engineer a victory tonight at Class 40, Capital City Wrestling. But Scötley Crüe able to work his way back over to the corner. Now we got a switch of that headlock. Look at the masterful changes. That was the move that Slick essentially just used. He tagged in when Dan had his back, and then came over, took that headlock to maintain control of their opponent. LG saw it, liked it, and did it right back to him.
This crowd is absolutely on the side of Ace Dynasty and Dan McCullough. Oh,
wow.
That's a huge back suplex. Oh, go for the cover, okay.
And it's just 2.
Whoa! Hey, couple, what? That's not. What is this?
Slick McGrick is just, you know what? He had a very lengthy feud with Logan Green and Kerry Killam. I feel like there's some hurt feelings, and this is a little bit of payback from Ace Dynasty.
That's a bit dirty on the from Slick McGrick on that one.
Yeah, a little surprising to see during the Christmas season, but much to the crowd's delight after listening to them. But now Ace Dynasty, former tag team champions, are hitting their tandem offense coming in. LG going to be able to kick out at 2. I would expect we're going to see a lot more of that tandem offense.
Logan
Dan
Green
McCullough getting back into this matchup.
And Logan Green has taken a pounding in this match. Oh, my God.
Wow. Huge double back elbow.
Dan McCullough maybe wanting to hook the leg on that one, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe thinking that the heavy lifting was done with the impact on that. Logan Green, the man who's taken most of the offense so far in this matchup for the Alberta Money team.
I will say, they seem to be pardon the pun, but the better well-oiled team. I know that Chevron has a lot of that oil, but...
yeah, you know what? I think that comes down to Slick and Spike spending so much time in that ring. We have yet to see the Alberta Clipper Chevron get in there.
certainly Spike and Logan having a great deal of history just on an individual level. My God.
Logan might be out on his feet. And Spike Esty,
well, there's Chevron getting
sensing that
involved.
this is what was going to happen, that eventually there's going to be some interference, but bringing Chevron into the matchup, Chevron takes a wild swing at Spike and then bails out to the other side. Spike and Slick seem to be trying to beat this team to the punch, and the punch being those tactics of antagonizing and pulling the other opponent over, and those scratches to the back that we saw from Slick. They're trying to meet them ahead of time, and we saw that actually last show at the Monster Mash Rumble, where they interrupted the microphone promo time of Crude Oil when they were gloating about their Alberta tag team fight.
That was a nasty neck breaker.
It was. There was some stink on it from Slick. And now attacking Chevron again from the outside. They might be trying to get Chevron to make a mistake, or they notice that he hasn't tagged into this match yet, and they haven't had a chance to work on him. Got some Slick chants rising up over the audience. The man with 2 engineering degrees, the master of the most
Wait a
majestic-
second! Did you see that? They didn't make the tag.
Hands and they didn't tag. And
They
now
didn't make the tag
Crude
at all.
Oil is on the outside.
Can you condone that, Bill Yard?
I cannot condone that, unfortunately.
Crude Oil would never do such a thing.
Well, whether or not who would do it, in this case, Ace Dynasty did do it, and they got Dan back in there. Dan now having those ribs tenderized by LG, who's fighting for his life. Gets a big old scoop slam from Big Dan McCullough.
Oh, Scötley Crüe accidentally connected with Logan on that one.
I think the Alberta Money
They
team,
did it again!
they don't know what to do right now. They've never encountered this kind of offense from Crude Oil, let alone, from Ace Dynasty. This is how bizarre it is. I just called them Crude Oil for these tactics that they're employing.
What are you suggesting?
Oh, I've seen the show a few times, but no one should be taking this kind of action in a match.
I just can't believe these crowd favorites are resorting to such ugly tactics.
Yeah, and now we got a contact in the eyes of Spike Esty, followed up by a dirty DDT from Big Bad LG. LG still no loss for words, and now he's brought Spike Esty down into his corner. He's tagged in.
Now that was a tag. That was an actual tag, Bill Yard.
It was, and Chevron is dangerous enough, let alone to be this mad and this upset about the contact. He's had a sordid history with both these gentlemen, Spike Esty especially, and especially recently. It has spanned provinces, this feud between the two, and now look how fired up Chevron is, and he's just landing these blows with pinpoint accuracy. Spike's got to watch out for the flying knee or the kick. Oh!
It's almost too quick to call here.
Slick trying to catch a tag on Spike Esty. Reaches again, doesn't quite do it. Spike is moving so fast, trying to outmaneuver Chevron.
My
some
God!
DDT right on the dome. Both men down. Gives Spike Esty a chance to get back into this thing. Hooks the leg. Then LG just looks like he just pushed it off again. We're in Clash Corner. Visibility is limited. We have packed in so many people in this event, you can barely see the ring.
I caught it, Bill Yard. Logan tripped coming in the ring.
All right, be that as it may, Spike Esty is, look at the welts on that kid. What is Chevron doing now? He's going around to the outside. Is he just taking a minute? Oh, he's just finding a different position. He's repositioning himself.
Now, I guess, you said maybe they should work over Dan McCullough, but it looks like they're working over Spike Esty.
Pump handle backbreaker by Scötley Crüe. That's new. Brutal. Scötley Crüe is a competitor who he will go away. He will be always training, always working on something new, and then come back and surprise you at our next Clash event with the new two-step that he's gone down and added to his recipe of violence. But now Chevron, the Alberta Clipper, back in there, and unfortunately Spike Esty has weathered multiple tags at this point and is...
Spike's in trouble, let's just say it. He's in deep trouble.
He's swimming in deep oil. He fell off the oil rig, and he is in shark-infested waters. Those shark-infested waters are swam by the wild Alberta Rose, Chevron.
And
And the elbow drops.
Oh yeah, baby elbow drop.
Is that what we're calling it?
I don't know.
Let's call it tartar trouble. But it's going to be LG taking control of Spike Esty, who's got to be looking for a tag right now. I got to believe you want to get Slick. Quick, small package. Or inside cradle. I'm looking through the sea of humanity. There's the CCW audience.
And big clothesline.
Wow, and he was aggressive. LG, he's flicking the switch. All those mind games at the top, at the start of this match, at the top of the hour. Now we're getting into those deep waters, and we've shifted to a different version of Big Bad LG. He's more vicious, he's mad, he hits more of his moves. Less raking, more clubbing, more DDTs. And then Chevron, just those strikes have been, no one has had an answer for them yet in this match, and he stomps on the back of the head. You have to really hate someone to stomp on the back of their head like that.
I gotta say, they're really taking Spike Esty apart. This team of Crude Oil and Logan Green.
Yeah. Yes. My apologies, sir. But Spike Esty, he's gonna have to get out of this thing. He's not gonna have much more. Look at the back of his head is on that turnbuckle while he's getting stomped down by Chevron. Slick McGrick can't take anymore.
I can't believe that stupid kid just tried to take my chair.
He did. Well, he asked politely before he came over, so you gotta. That's always nice to see in 2025. Like I said, they're walking around looking for extra chairs right now because there's so many people here. It's crazy.
Stomping away on Spike Esty in the corner here. I think Spike's been in the ring for going on 5-10 minutes now.
Yeah, and he's fighting back there. Oh, he caught some ribcage of Scötley Crüe.
Wait a second, they tied him to the ropes.
He's tied to the ropes right now. We couldn't see it until that candy cane got out of the way. But he's not able to get out. The referee Alex of the body pit, he's got to realize something's up right now because he was Scötley Crüe and Spike. They were blocking. The body position was blocking referee Alex's view. He still may not know. Slick's got to come up. He's got to do something. One of these guys has got to jump around the ring. Oh! And Chevron just kicked him right in the mush.
I'm shocked that Spike Esty would tie himself to the ropes. What advantage would that serve you?
I think that would give you a lot of advantage.
To tie yourself to the rope?
Well, I mean, at this point, I would, if you're trying to frame someone, but something happened. I don't know if that's a zip tie or what. Spike wasn't wearing it when he got over in that corner. Then a huge European uppercut to Spike Esty. He's out on his feet. And then they're sending back in the Clipper. No.
Oh, that's the wrong corner to send him into.
He has full control. Wow, and he cuts him off. Reverses his own whip into the far side, and now he's just locked in a sleeper on Spike Esty. He's trying to squeeze him out. He's making him look at his tag team partners, reaching out for the tag while he does it. That is sadistic. Spike Esty he's got a newborn baby at home. Referee Alex needs to stay on top of this. You don't want to see that sleeper hold held in for too long, especially in the state of potentially being concussed. And Spike Esty's down.
All the blood is, it's going to cause the blood not to rush to the head.
The blood is not going anywhere it is supposed to. Is the take?
We got one.
This is getting hard to watch.
We got two. It's over. Wow, what a great victory for Logan Green and Crude Oil. Oh.
Spike's got a little left. He must have been sneaking in a little air in there somewhere. What is he going to fire back against the Alberta Clipper with? Gives him a... Oh, wow.
Face first.
That creates some separation right there. I don't think Spike knows which way his corner is. He's starting to move to the far side there. Just moving. He's just trying to create some distance from Chevron. Worry about getting the tag after, and I think that's a great decision to make in the heat of the moment. Spike, if he looks over, Slick is ready to get in this. Dan McCullough is ready to get in this. Dan is rested. Slick is rested. We want to see the most majestic move in maritime wrestling. The Slick McGrick top rope elbow. But they got to get a lot of people down before they can get there. Huge clothesline to Big Bad LG. Huge clothesline to the side of the head of Scötley Crüe. Big Bad LG down again. Scötley Crüe down again. The beard braids are flying here at Clash 40. And it's going to be a big old grease trap from Slick McGrick. Engineering victory.
Oh, the last
Chevron.
Chevron. I believe someone pulled his leg there.
Yeah, sudden change of position. I believe Chevron pulled the leg, and now Spike, of course, Spike going right after Chevron, but how much can Spike possibly have left in there? Dan McCullough waiting right next to that tag rope, ready to get in this thing. I think that's a great play right now. You have a tenderized Big Bad LG, get Dan McCullough in there. Maybe Slick McGrick can neutralize Scötley Crüe. We have no visibility
Oh,
on
the
Chevron
backcracker.
and Spike Esty. We don't know where they are right now. We cannot see them. Scötley Crüe appears to have left his corner as well. He's lost in the humanity of CCW.
Billy, I'm looking at my monitor here, and it seems like, oh!
There he is.
We're
So
sneaking around the side.
they've
Here comes
isolated
Logan Green. Oh,
Dan
no.
McCullough, who catches Big Bad LG. It might be all a
power
moot
slam?
point for the Alberta Money team running power slam. But Chevron's going to get back in the ring just in time to. Oh, he's got a title belt. So I guess we know where Chevron went. We get an attack with the title belt. Referee Alex looks like he's thrown out this contest. And it is going to be the Aces chasing off. If you're watching this on YouTube, you have a better name for this pairing. Hit me up in the comment section.
Ace Dynasty. Oh, you're done with all three.
The three-man
Due
team.
to a disqualification, your winners, Ace Dynasty and Dan McCullough.
Well, I'm happy for Ace Dynasty and Dan McCullough. You hate to see a match end like that. They're going to walk away with the DQ win.
What was the disqualification for?
We saw a title belt bounced off of the back of Dan McCullough.
I think he was just showing it to him. He tripped.
So he was wearing it, he was bringing it in to remind him what he was not fighting for. That doesn't make any sense.
I mean, I think so.
Well, he definitely had the belt. Maybe he was running in to break up the pin and forgot he had it. How about that, Conrad?
Listen, Dan McCullough and Ace Dynasty should have been disqualified minutes ago when they weren't even tagging into the match.
Now, I can't argue with that one too much. There was a few liberties taken with the rules. But what the record books are going to show, Ace Dynasty and Dan McCullough are going to walk away with the win tonight at Clash 40. Christmas Clash was a hell of a contest, and I would definitely buy a ticket to watch these guys mix it up again.
Hey, heck of a match, and I want to see, you know what? I want Dan McCullough versus Logan Green. Let's have it.
That I can get behind.